Good evening, good afternoon, and or morning to you all. Okay, so this episode is going to be part 1 on making runes. So, what are runes? The word itself represents mystery. Represents mystery, whisper, and/or secret. They are a set of 24 pieces of divination set created from either stones, crystals, and/or wood, and etc. Each piece has a germic, or Nordic, Runic character. Runic, which is the actual name for rune, character that provides a meaning or message for each character. So that's like their special alphabet they use. History of runes. They orientated from the ancient Germic alphabet used by both German and Nordic tribes of Northern Europe, Scandinavia, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Britain, which they have used runes in writing, divination, and other magical purposes. Okay, what are shrooms used for? They aren't used in fortune telling, as they won't give out the exact answer, but they'll give you hints as to what the answer is for you to figure it out. Which will make these as a good tool for you to use to help develop your intuition further and practice working with it as well. How are runes used? As you ask your question, you shuffle the bag, box, or whatever you have them in. You shuffle it, and then once you're ready, your subconscious and unconscious are focused, and once you have drawn your runes or runes out of the bag, box, whatever, your subconscious and unconscious have already picked the answer, so whatever answer you've picked is what is chosen for you. So moving on to making our own. Okay, first off, to begin with this section, I will share the different materials used and how to use them. So these are some suggestions. Obviously, I don't think I have all the possible materials which you could make your own runes out of, but if there's one that I haven't suggested doesn't mean that it's not good or bad, just probably have missed it. Alright, first one is wood, which is the first choice. If you'd like to use this option instead of stone or rocks, this will be an ideal option. Many users on Google have stated that it's easy to work with wood. To make runes out of the wood, you'd grab a fallen branch, make sure that it's like a constant thickness and not like different thicknesses all around. And then you saw them into about centimetre thickness size discs. Then you can from there either stain them and then draw on the rune or paint the rune onto the stained wood. But if you want to carve into the wood and or burn it, like burn the thing into it, do that first and then stain it afterwards. You don't have to stain them. If you want to leave it natural, then you can. Next one is clay. So simply shape or cut them into the desired shapes you wish for them to be into, but it's probably best again if they're same roundness or size, so then it's like so the picking, like when you pick them out, is not, you won't go for one that's smallest or the biggest, if that makes sense. Alright, so with the clay, once you shaped and cut them out, you can either carve the runes into the raw clay, then cook them, or cook them and then draw or paint them on. Again, there's really no right or wrong way of doing that. If you don't have a proper kiln to cook the proper clay in, there's air drying clay, which you can, leave it out in the sun to dry for a few hours or a day or such. There's also pomular clay, which you can cook in the oven. Cook in the oven. And then from there you can, I would varnish or coat them so then they're waterproof and won't get wrecked. Okay. Next option is bone. This is an option that is a bit difficult and dark. If you hunt or know someone who hunts, then resourcing bone won't be a problem. But again, you'd want the same thickness all around, so then all your runes are the same size. A similar problem with using a wood branch. Then from there, you'll need a bone saw to cut the bone. If someone you know who hunts doesn't have a bone saw, then you need a saucer bone saw to cut them into little discs. Then also another step you need to worry about is treating or coating or something for the bone, so then to make it healthier, and so then you're not getting all the sicknesses or germs and other grotty things from the bone. Then afterwards, then you'd need to coat and or seal the bone pieces before painting them on, so then that preserves the paint and bone. Last one is stone, which I'll be using as an example for you guys here, and for further uses as well for my own. Stone will be a bit more easier to source for. They can be different sizes. It'd be ideal if you can find the ones that are flat, so then you have a flat surface, even flat surface, for you to be able to draw and or paint the rune on smoothly and straightly and be able to read them properly. If not, you can buy pebbles from the shop or flat stones. So for my own, I will be using these garden or fish tank pebble decorations. So they're round on the outside, but on the other side they're thin. So I'll be using those for my runes. So you can use something like this for your first set. And then you can paint, draw them on. So to draw mine on, I'll be using a paint marker or a permanent marker. Since my set is dark, I'm using like a metallic pen for you to be able to see it on. So that is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be coming out on how to read runes and the different spreads used in readings and such. So all my social media links are down below. Be sure to follow, like, and or sub to any and all. We have a link down below for our Etsy shop. So free shipping, cheap prices. Be sure to check that out. If you're generous, feel free to donate $1 or $2 in our PayPal pool link, which is down below. We also have our blog as well, in which that will be updated every time there's announcements and or new episodes coming out. So there's not only going to be audio and video to watch, there will be a blogging place as well where you can just read it as well. So stay tuned for part 2.